What? Now it's already 3:06. I feel like I got a trigger on my pubes. Alright, so yeah. Y'all know that when it was created, it was originally created for like thoughts of a free like a free place where people could find a date, like a free dating website. Y'all didn't know that? You know, if you utilize YouTube right, it could be a free dating website. If you can get past the algorithm and you can search, like if we could just create a community to know what to search for. You see what I'm saying? I got some spam, eggs, cabbage, sauerkraut, tomato, spinach, cracker. Yes, YouTube was originally created to be like a dating website. Cheers. So like we would have to put like our location, like at least the state that you're in. And then we would have to search. Use the search bar. Pretty crazy, huh? I think it could still work. This spam right here, no salt needed. Yeah, so the picture on my thumbnail, that was from when I was like 34. It's been 4 years. Or 33. Probably 33. This is so good. Because it's all about keywords and what to search for, like what keywords to put in the search bar and how it comes up. And if it doesn't work right, it's not my fault. It's not your fault. It's the platform's fault. Like if it doesn't work right. And I'm not saying it don't. I'm saying if. Folks have to know how the English language works. Because y'all know that if we get on Tinder or Bumble or Match.com or whatever, like eHarmony.com, SeniorMeet.com, Tinder's $120 a year. Or can't you do like 6 months or a month even? Like 3 months? 3 months probably the lowest. One time I met a chick off of fling.com with the free trial. I didn't see very many, but maybe it still works. Hmm. She wasn't the right one for me though. She was cool though. She was cool. Because she reminded me of my aunt. Like, she reminded me of, like, one of my aunts. So, I'm still 38. Pretty soon I'll be 39. Then I'll be 40. And some folks, they age well. Some folks don't. It depends on what you eat and how much drugs you do. It depends on if you have a car accident or not. You know what I'm saying? It's like life. Life is complicated. Try not to stress too much. Because the more you stress, the faster, the older you get. Oh man. mm. And then you can't trust you can't trust profiles on YouTube. Like, you have, like, social media, like, even on the dating websites, you can't trust somebody till you talk to them. It's not like the old days anymore, where it was pretty much like hook up on the fly, like meet up and stuff, like, without even talking. No, you need to talk to them first. Become friends first. Because if it's just meet up and sex, that's all it's going to be. I've done it plenty of times. And they're quick to just ignore you if you're not friends first. So good luck. It's Saturday night. I went outside for a few hours, and I came back inside, like, I took my pants off and I shook my pants, but I can still feel like a chigger crawling on my leg right now. And then me and my friend was talking about single moms. It's hard for single moms to get a man because we don't like the idea of being a stepfather. And then it's hard getting women pregnant because we don't like the idea of somebody else being a stepfather for our children. Yo, what's up, Aria? So there's that. I made some asparagus water. It's so good. It's like the second night in a row, the first time I've ever done asparagus water. Excuse me. So I googled it, and it was talking about raw asparagus has more calcium. More calcium and what else? I don't know, something else. Antioxidants. There was something else. I put a little bit of some olive oil in there. Oh man, I'm really craving a cigarette, but I'm trying not to smoke. That stuff is addicting. And yeah, so that's pretty wild how YouTube could still be used as a dating website. It's just, you know, it's like way out in the open, and like honestly, I don't think you have to be worried about everybody looking at like what you posted, because the algorithm seems to promote just stuff that makes them money. Like my homepage is full of politics, and it's been showing me some remote control stuff lately, like this truck. But it stays loaded with politics and investment channels, because I'm subscribed to a bunch of them. I'm subscribed to a bunch of political stuff about the economy and everything. Lots of lots of conspiracy stuff, like prepping. Lots of preppers and stuff. And I don't see anything on my homepage that's got to do with dating. Not really. You know, there was just a few YouTubers that were talking about women hitting the wall, like they're in their 30s, they don't have a baby yet, and they realize their career is kind of not as important to them anymore, and they want a family like really bad because their time's running out. That stuff kind of showed up for a little while, and then men going their own way. It's like MGT whatever, OW. And that's like not really what it's about. Cause for me, it wasn't me going my own way. Like it was me being burnt out. Just burnt out on relationship after relationship after relationship. By the time I was 26, I figured I'd give it a rest. Okay? And then my mama died, which really had me all fucked up. And once you decide to be single, 2 years will turn into 4. 4 years will turn into 8. You see? And if you don't do anything about it, nobody's gonna come along. Nobody. Nobody's gonna wait for you. Your exes are gonna think that you don't care about them. They're not going to pursue you like as a friend, or you know what I'm saying? Like hey, you want to hang out? No, it usually don't happen like that. And one of my exes, yeah, I decided to hang out with her and stuff, and it just ended up like we had a lot of fun, but it just ended up messing with my emotions, like hurting me all over again. Because she can't have babies anymore. She had a hysterectomy when she was like 34. And she had before she had the hysterectomy, she had a baby with somebody else. And like I had mentioned, like while we was hanging out, I was like I had mentioned something about, you know, and she was like, no, like she couldn't take care of another baby. And then she did. She ended up getting pregnant and she has another baby. So there's that. And so like she's my ex because I felt like, you know, like I've had plenty of chances when I was younger to get women pregnant, to get my, like, you know, like when you're in a relationship like longer than a year and a half and there's that opportunity, you know, like we could make a baby, and it's like you have that talk and everything, and it's like, because I remember her cleaning the pipes. Like I would be like, like I was scared. Like I was scared. So like I kind of figured if it was gonna happen, oh well. But I would act like I was scared afterwards. So, you know, she didn't try to get pregnant. And because like I was kind of scared to get her pregnant because of the way her family was and everything. Like it was weird. It was pretty weird. Like we had a rough beginning when we were teenagers and stuff. They mistreated us because they was afraid that she was gonna get pregnant when she was a teenager. Like we was dating when we was teenagers. That was like my puppy love um, relationship when I was younger, and I moved away. Like I moved away, and you know, whenever I was 19, she was 18, and she decided to move in with me, and that's when like people thought that we was married. I was gonna get her pregnant, and we never did. And then like we broke up when I was like 22, 21, whatever. And then she ended up getting pregnant by some other guy, like that she had a relationship with after our relationship, and she had twins. And so like I stopped talking to her for a long time, you know. And I had another relationship, and she wasn't the one. I was just trying to get in another relationship so my mama could be happy. Like her dad wanted us to get married just for her to be with me. And like my stepbro had died the year before that, so I had an opportunity to kind of try to make my mama happy, and that's what I did when I was like 24. And because my little bro died when I was 23, and so like after that, I said fuck it. Like I said fuck it, and I was just gonna stay single for a while. And then I started regretting it after about 7 years. Like after about 7 years, I started regretting it because like I hurt my back, I hurt my neck started hurting, and then I felt like I was getting old, which I am. You know, like after 34, that's it. You're starting to get old. Like 35, you're gonna realize it. For real. And yeah, so like talking to a friend tonight, he brought that up. Like, he joined the party and he was like, man, what are we gonna do, man? We're gonna be 40 and then we're still single and we're playing video games and stuff, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna be old. We're gonna be old daddies. And he's like, man, we're gonna be 50 years old, and what are we gonna do? Like, how are we gonna get a woman? We're gonna be 50 years old. And I'm like, there's some women that they want to be with an older guy because it's like a father figure to them, and they feel like they're comforted by being with an older guy. And there's a lot of relationships like that. Like back in the old days, like it would be like an older guy with a younger woman, and that's how, like, because I was like, in the old days, like a long time ago, like it was tribes and stuff, like it was like tribes and villages and communities, and the women would help take care of the kids. And it's like nowadays people are so stressed out by how much things cost that they're afraid to make a baby. They're afraid to have a relationship. They're afraid, just, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the old days, like people didn't have to worry about all that stuff. About how much things cost, how much rent is, how much property taxes is, like how much food costs. Like back in the old days, we were hunter-gatherers. We just planted gardens. There was a community garden and stuff. Like, China was the first one to make paper money. We didn't even have money back in the old days. China was the first one to make money like 11,000 years ago. So, just imagine how things used to be, because that's the way it was. But it's a Western, like I told him, it's a Western civilization thing. The rich countries, folks, are like the cost of living. Folks are having like a hard time like making babies because it costs so much. And yes, if you make babies, the government can help give you money like every tax season, or like there's welfare and stuff. So I forgot to mention that, but there is that, which that would help. But folks are scared of the child support payments. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And yeah, I mean, it is kind of sad, like I've listened to these smart people that study statistics, and I forgot his name, but it's like Engelhart or something like that, or like Erdhart or something. And like the older generations, like 40, 50 years ago, they would have like 10 kids. And nowadays it's like, it's gone all the way down to like 2. The census says 1.5, which the average just doesn't seem to make sense. Like, some folks have none, some folks have 1, and some folks have 3. Some folks have 4, some folks have 5. And it's rare for Americans to stay together as one happy family. A lot of them are split up and in broken homes, and there's single moms and single dads. It's like, do folks even care about it anymore? And it seems like they don't, but they do. I think people do. It's just, we're dysfunctional. We have so many options these days that, I mean, how do you feel about it? Because I feel like some folks, they want their space. I started to think that houses were too small. Like 3 bedroom houses, trailer houses, brick homes, they're too small. That's what I think. It frustrates people to live in a home so small. It feels like you don't have time apart. There's no space. You feel like you can't have privacy. They say, like, there was one story that I heard, like, when the Europeans came over to the Americas, they thought that the natives had mansions, palaces. They were huge. So they had a lot of space. Probably it was like, you know, like how some other countries people do, they make border walls around their house or whatever. It was probably like a border walls, like open, big open places, like a whole acre, you know, and that was their house, to keep the animals out, probably. And that's about it. So maybe y'all could make like YouTube shorts or something. Like, for some reason, like when I was seeing that women hitting the wall stuff, like it seemed like some folks are real negative about it. So, you got to get around the negativity and just block them. Just block them, remove the comments or whatever. And then, like, the more people doing this, the better. Because, like, it seems like out of the ordinary, probably. Well, I haven't really searched, 35F, like 35 slash F slash single. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't really used YouTube in that way. I only typed in a couple times. I was like, looking for a girlfriend. Or, if it was a woman, she'd be like looking for a boyfriend. And then I just saw like some like mentally ill people or something. Or it was just a joke. It was like funny stuff. So, yeah, I mean, the YouTube shorts are relatively new. That's only been out like a few years. And, yeah, don't be afraid, like, and don't care about the negativity. And, you know, folks, like, the negative folks, they're always going to be negative. And the positive folks, they're pretty smart. They're cool people. So, you gotta keep that in mind. So yeah, good luck. I'm just gonna chill now and just let the algorithm do its thing, I guess, or whatever. Whether it even works or not, I really don't care. I do care, but I don't. Yeah, go on Tinder, go on Bumble, go on eharmony.com, go on plentyoffish.com, go on, did I say match.com? Yeah. And, like a lot of these websites, they're gonna cost money. So if you're serious about it, do it. It's gonna cost money, you're gonna need a phone number. And so, like, it's a lot easier if you just put money on a debit card. There's a prepaid debit card at Walmart or the dollar store, and do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to tell folks this, But it's like they don't care, like they don't want to learn uh, technology or something. But the hardest part is money on the debit card, okay? And then if you need like more memory on your phone or something, but you need a good computer too. There's these micro SD cards. See? Micro SD card. You can put that. You get these at Target, Walmart, or whatever. And this is 32 gigabyte. So, you know, you got to make room, and you can add more stuff on there. So, so there's that. And if you get a computer, you get a laptop. There's cheap laptops at Best Buy or Walmart or whatever. And there's desktops. You can get a desktop, like the one with the box, or just the one that's just a monitor, and it has the hard drive in the back. So yeah, like don't forget about that, because if you're like a video gamer like me, or if you have some type of hobby, or if you're just enjoying being single, it's easy to forget about, like it's easy to distract yourself in today's world of technology and all this entertainment, to just forget about it for a few years, and then by the time you know it, you're 105 years old, and you never had a family. Oh man. I'm still coughing up that hemp. That hemp still haven't come out of my lungs. I haven't smoked any hemp in I want to say like 2 weeks now. Man, I wish I never messed up my neck. Y'all be careful on the highways, for real. And like wrestling and fighting and stretching, trying to do yoga and stuff, and like don't go too far back, don't go too far forward. Like it's even dangerous if you get T-boned, you go like this way or that way. Like one time I fell off my tractor tire, and then from wrestling, like my neck being stretched too far this way. All of it adds up after a while. Like one time I talked to a guy, he was like 54 years old, and I was like, how does it feel? How does it feel to be 54? And he was like, everything hurts. I know how he's starting to feel. You know, they say people get tech neck from just looking like this or like that too long, and it starts hurting their neck. Yeah, so I qualify for medical weed. I have neck pain. It cracks, it sounds like sand. I must have pulled some vertebrae or ligaments, tendons or something. Got some menthol stuff right here that was for horses. For their muscles. This is just for their muscles though. It's not fixing my problem. I don't think my problem can be fixed, you know. Some folks, they have neck surgery. I don't think it would work. There's a possibility that they could mess you up worse. But they, like, I seen one YouTube short that was talking about you can move your vertebrae to the front for 5 seconds, then to the back for 5 seconds, then to the left for 5 seconds, then to the right for 5 seconds, and it'll help build back the that bubble like in between your vertebrae. But I don't know if, like, I don't know what exactly is wrong. It just sucks. Because it could just be the muscle. But like I said, it sounds like sand. And I can hear popping. And then one time I was like trying to grind it and I kept like popping it over and over again. And then I felt my arm go numb. And I was like, oh shit. Like, that's not good. Like, so then I realized that I was rubbing the vein that holds my nerves against the bone in my neck. So I think it's just loose, and it's not good to grind it. So I need to just hold my neck up like this. Fuck. Yeah, my back relatively got better, but it was pretty weak for a few years. My neck, sometimes I sleep on it like a little bit wrong, and then it'll hurt for half the day. And then, like I said, if I hold it down, like the tech neck, it starts hurting really easily. And then I really don't think I should try to grind it or anything, but there's a trick. You get a ball and then you lay on it like a baseball and just roll it like around right there, so it could be that muscle. shuffle on this thing. Yup. That's how they do it. They just play music for like 30 seconds and then they stop. Oh. Oh, that's why they say keep your head up. Because if you keep it down, your neck start hurting. How do I grow asparagus? Guess I'm gonna have to teach myself. I would like a woman that knows how to grow. I would like a woman that knows plants and loves plants and appreciate plants because I appreciate plants and animals, and you know, we can be more healthy with plants like nuts and beans and stuff like. This grind on YouTube is so slow. It's so slow. It's such a slow grind. They want somebody to laugh at or look at that's beautiful. Like a woman. Women get loads and loads of subscribers really fast. Men, not so much. They have to be like a clown or really talented at something. And then I swear the top comment on women's live streams is, "Do you have an OnlyFans?" You just see that over and over again. And I don't think they're actually serious about buying one of their OnlyFans. But it is a good way for women to make money. It's just kind of weird, you know. You're gonna let strangers on the internet see you naked. You know, they could be like, "Oh, look, here's what's her face. She got her OnlyFans," and then they're like, "Okay." How many women's OnlyFans have you subscribed to? You know, because it costs money. Yeah, but I think it's just like a troll comment. No, I'm not schizophrenic. Thank God. I don't see numbers or hear things like that. But like if I like if I'm like overthinking some days, sometimes when I lay down, like I do hear things sometimes. Yeah. Like maybe like a woman's voice or something, or just like something from a movie or something like. But I have an overactive imagination because I notice that sometimes when I lay down, like right before I go to sleep, I'll see like like with my like eyes closed, like I'll see visions of like faces, and it'll just like morph into something else and then into something else, and then yeah, like I'll just like see like where it takes me. And it's very strange. Like it's not good to like overthink and ruminate, because like if you stress yourself out, like a couple times I heard like I had a brain zap like a few times, so I had to realize what that was like. But it's from stress and it's from overthinking, so that's why you need to like relax and just take a deep breath. Like some of it was from like sleeping too much too, because when I would sleep too much, my heart would like it would be a zap, like it would be like electricity. No, I wasn't asleep yet. No, and it's not a daydream. It wasn't anything like fantasy or a daydream. Uh, I talked to a friend that had a cousin that's schizophrenic, and he said he gave him some weed oil, and he calmed down, and he could have a normal conversation with him. And you know, because he takes care of his cousin who's schizophrenic, and he said that he cried. Like he cried because he could actually have a conversation with him. He could talk to him. He actually talked to him normally. When you're about to fall asleep, you usually have visuals. Yeah, I guess it's normal. Blue's Clues. It's the shirt. It's the shirt. Yeah, I couldn't date anybody that was schizophrenic. I'm sorry. I think I've dated a few narcissists, so I know what it's like. I don't want that either. Oh, this is a TCL. It's one of them cheap phones from Walmart. The first one was an Alcatel with prepaid AT&T. That thing only lasted 4 months. I was all excited about like trying to get my CDL license, like big truck license, and I downloaded some stuff, and I had the weather app and everything, and I was like getting excited about, like, I was like, oh, okay, it's only $500, and then boop, phone wouldn't work anymore. It's like, okay, fuck it, forget it then. This TCL phone is like, it's like the phone that doesn't die. Like, and then the quality is like so trash. Like, even the microphone, they didn't even have. They had the microphone completely covered with plastic, like this plastic cover, because I was like trying to talk on the phone one time and they couldn't even hear me. So I took the phone apart and then I poked holes in it with a needle where the microphone is so you can hear me. It was ridiculous. And then I used to have an LG phone that was really nice. It was like $150 from Best Buy, but it broke, so I threw it away. You can see like 5 pixels. The cheap phone is just $45. Yeah, this one was just $45. The LG was good. It was really nice, but it was like pretty, like it was pretty wide. Like it was extra wide. It was unlocked phone because I was trying to get a SIM card to put in it, and then like, oh man, it was just, I was just like, it had to have been a Verizon SIM card, but it was an unlocked phone that I bought. Like, I was trying to do that, and I didn't get around to doing it, you know, because I did the phone number at first. Like, it was like $15 for like 300 minutes or something, and it was gonna last me all year without the SIM card. But it was so ridiculous. Like, I had to type in this like 16 digit phone number before I made a call, and I had to do it like just in time or it didn't work. And I only made a few phone calls with it, but I gave up on trying to use it like that, and I just said fuck it. Like, I didn't go get the SIM card for it, because I went to Walmart one time, but the lady was like, we only got a box of 20 SIM cards or something like that, and I didn't want to buy all those SIM cards. But I don't know, I just, like, I had minutes on here for a little while with Straight Talk, and I didn't put minutes on it for longer than 2 months, and they disconnected it and wouldn't let me put more minutes back on it. It's overpriced minutes anyways. Yeah, it's a cheap phone, man. That's, so I was just like, I was just flabbergasted. I was like, wow, y'all want me to go buy another phone? What a waste of resources. I was talking to him through text messages and everything. He was like, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to go buy another phone. So I didn't know, like, I didn't know until then. And then you hear these commercials with Mint Mobile. You see the ads on YouTube, and it's like, Ryan Reynolds, yeah. First 3 months, $15 a month, yeah. And I was at Target one day, and I was like looking at them. I was like wanting to get one, and then it's behind the box. It's like behind the glass, and I didn't want to ask that woman to open it. So I just bought some video games, and like I kept looking for a debit card, prepaid debit card, but I guess they don't have them at Target. And then after that, I didn't want to go in the dollar store. It's like back in the old days, we didn't even have phones. I think I'm more of like an old school type of dude. This one time I worked with this guy, and he said he doesn't have a phone. That was like back in like 2008. But he was cool as fuck. His dad had a Hummer, like a real Hummer. Then I used to see him on the highway, but I never tried to, I never tried to be his friend. I just remembered him from school. Like, he used to drive a Nissan 350Z, and I used to see him on the highway. Like, I don't even know how I knew it was him. Yo, what's up, Blake in Australia, Skilo 5. Yeah, you could put like 38 male, single, Australia, Adelaide, Sydney, whatever. We could use YouTube. We could use YouTube like a dating website. Man, that's that AT&T, man. They keep lowering my speed. It's probably like, well, I got the basic plan. It's like 1200 kilobytes. But I did notice that when I did have like 3 megabytes a second, that it was still pixelated, so I know it is the phone. Like this phone right here. I think it was made in like Korea, Taiwan, or Vietnam, or China. But it's like really cheap, you know. See, it was really cheap. That was globalism or whatever, but could you imagine like if this was made in America phone and it was like more money, like $100, and then it still looked like shit like that? Like, I'd be pissed. No, man, this TV right here, it's got the perfect picture. It's called an Element, and it was made in America. This TV was made in America. And it was like, I don't know how much it was. But I got a TCL that was $250, and it's a 55 inch. This one's a 42 inch. 5 pixels, baby. Woo! Yeah. That was funny. How are you gonna make dog voices, dog sounds? Where's the real dog sounds? It's like playing GTA and like the car sounds are ridiculous. They don't even have real transmission sounds. I don't know, man. I'm scared of the schizophrenia, yo. One of my uncles went retarded because he got hit too hard. I had a car wreck when I was 22, 23, and I had a bad concussion. My head was swelled up to here. So I could have had some brain damage. My head was swelled out to like here. Yeah, but it's better to talk out loud than to be thinking in your mind. It starts like glitching up in there. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. 5 pixels. I'm just now on 7 gigabyte, 6.8 gigabyte. Man, I gotta retire these socks, yo. Like, I gotta retire these socks. Look at it. That's the heel right there, and it's about to. I could just about rip it. I've been meaning to throw these away. I bought some new socks. Yeah, the globalism, the global trade. That's why this phone was $45, but like I used to be thinking about it. I'm like, they're wasting a lot of diesel on those ships. The motors are huge. The crankshafts are like bigger than this house. And it's like boom 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 boom. It's like it's incredible. I've never seen it in real life, but I've seen pictures of the ships and the motors. You know, that carry all the shipping containers. It's like fucking huge. Because I was wondering about, because they kept talking about climate change. And then I was like, man, all this globalism stuff is contributing to climate change. With all that pollution from the ship engines. Fucking cold again. Stop. Now you got Blue's Clues in my mind now. Yeah, I kind of look like that dude, huh? Y'all used to watch Blue's Clues? I did too. I remember a little bit of it. I don't remember any episodes, I just remember how cringe it was. I used to watch Gumby when I was little. When I was little, I watched a lot of Gumby. Gumby was pretty cool. I couldn't watch it now. Now I like watching car races and old movies and stuff. I like what. uh, yep. Definitely not gonna find a date looking like that. I just get tired of this hoodie. There goes. There goes a hemp cough. This man needs more water. Oh, I haven't smoked a cigarette in like 12 hours. Yo, what up, Gemma? Mikhail. Yo, the algorithm worked this time or something? Not really though. Where are y'all coming from? The YouTube shorts? Well, at least the comments worked this time. Man, I downloaded like 68 gigabyte of Ark Survival Evolved and the data got corrupted. I only had 10 gigabyte left. And that made me pissed off for like an hour. Cause the download's so slow. Got slow internet. I mean, it's really slow. I got pee and I'm gonna get some water. That's a great song.
Until now, we've been reshaping the world around us. Changed everything that's external to us.
That ain't Thanos, is it?
But somehow we imagined that we were going to remain the same.
Man, we ain't gonna be cyborgs in our lifetime.
In this process,
And people been watching a lot of science fiction movies, you know, and then they get all excited talking about it, and then they raise a bunch of money, and then they start a business, and then it fails. But what's really advancing it is like the universities, or they was, you know, now we have Boston Dynamics. Is like, you really want to advance technology, you have to work for the government. Pretty crazy. That's basically what it is. Yeah, you get government contracts. I've been interested in trying to get a government contract, but they make it so difficult, so complicated. It's like it'd be like easier to show up in person or something, like at the business bureau or the chamber of commerce, and be like, "Where's the government contracts?" I will run this. I will run a business. No, do not resume SnowRunner. Why did y'all add a stupid update to SnowRunner? That's 38 gigabyte. Why? Why do you have to re-download the whole game? Why? Y'all aren't doing it right. Need for Speed Payback is just 27 gigabyte. And it runs so much better. Okay, check this out. Need for Speed, the people, see, I always wanted to be part of video games. I thought it would be really cool when I was a teenager. Need for Speed, y'all should make a trophy running game. Trophy running, like, y'all should make an off-road game with like trophy trucks, you know, and like make it where there's like lots of the ground has to change. It has to be from gravel to rocks to mud, and it has to be thick, but it doesn't need to be super slow like SnowRunner. It needs to be like real life. A simulation.
Until now, told us who we are as human beings.
Where's all the off-road games? The off-road racing games. There used to be lots of them on Nintendo and Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64. Y'all remember that? Yeah, I'm gonna buy me a monster truck game. Desert Rally. Is that all we have is Desert Rally? Oh yeah, Dakar. Man, I should have bought Dakar 18. It's like my friends on PlayStation, they suck or something. It's just a bunch of friends from GTA 5. And they're all like, I don't know, I haven't ever seen a friend playing Desert Rally or Dakar 18 or any of those peculiar games. Like I got Overpass. Overpass is a good game. I gotta pee. Five pixels. Whoa. I can't help it, man. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. They're all like, no. I don't miss the hemp for the hemp caused something crucial. Gemma? Where did my lighter go, yo? Ow. This thing's giving me cavities in the back of my teeth. All these songs are outplayed. Yeah, I told my friend if we was living in Africa, we would have made like 10 kids. I guess it's just a mindset thing, you know. I didn't ask him though. Why hadn't he made a baby? His parents came from Africa. Like, they actually migrated from Africa. That's wild. Then there's this live streamer that I'm subscribed to. She went to Africa. She had been there before. When I was younger, living with my mom, the neighbors around the block, they was from South Africa. You ever look on the continent on the map? It's huge. Randall Carlson says the Americas got hit by some asteroids and stuff. And that's why we don't have such a big, diverse megafauna. They call them megafauna, but it's like the big animals. I don't even know how long we was in the Ice Age for. We had elephants. India still has elephants. They talk about another asteroid that's gonna come close to planet Earth called Apophis or something in like 2040, 2048 or something.
난 상관없어. 너가 뭐라고 하든 난 그냥 할 거야. 내가 하고자 하는 거 그냥 할 거야. 내가 하고 싶으니까. 그냥 계속 할 거야. 계속 할 거야. I don't care. I don't care. 내 삶 속에서
Park hygiene, I don't care. Somebody had made a playlist of Women of Techno or something like that, and that's how I found that song. I don't even know what language that is. I ain't even listened to her other songs. Maybe they're good. Sounds like some lounge techno or something. Spotify has the goods. Dust, Italy, glorious.
Now let me tell you something. We're still beautifying God's house. I need 100 people to write me this week. That's an love offering of $50 or more.
$50 or more.
Use you this week for His glory. Let us beautify the house of God together. I am excited about the house of God.
I am excited.
And I believe that it's time for all of us to fall in love with the house of God.
This week, this week, this week, this week.
It's time to fall in love with God's house. To fall in love with doing something for the house of God. I need at least 100 of you listening now. The right man said $50 or more this week.
I'm bored now.
We're still beautifying God's house. Let God use you this week for His glory. Let us beautify the house of God together.
Life is like
I
poker.
am excited about the house of God. I am excited, and I believe that it's time for all of us to fall in love with the house of God. Open the world, house. It's time to fall in love with God's house. To fall in love with
Good
doing
luck on your
something
journey.
for the house of God.
Don't give up.
I need at least 100 of you listening now. The right man said $50 or more this week.
I'm tired of playing games.
For the work of God. For the beautification of the house of God. Only you said something for God's house. God's gonna put a miracle in your house.
These gamers stay single forever. And I think these YouTube live streamers, they're addicted.
We're still beautifying God's house.
Y'all addicted. I need at least 5 of y'all to send $50 this week for the house of God. I can't even play that song. It's a really good song, but it's copyright claimed. It was Friends by Night Tales. They're from Australia. It's a really good song. I ain't even listen to all their music either. This one's Fall Harbor. And then, like, if you want to make techno or something, you gotta buy the software. I don't like the idea of being on tour. I couldn't do it. But you could make some passive income by making some music and throwing it on Spotify. Apple Play and all that. SoundCloud. Yeah, Fall Harbor Omega 3000. Mountain's intro version on Rio. He's cool. Man, I think I want to vacuum my bed. I put some of that baking soda with perfume on it and it stinks. Like, I had to cover it with a blanket. Like, I think I want to go vacuum it. This stuff gives me a headache. It's at 100%. This stuff. You know?
Well, you needn't be so smart. You'll have to have hay fever someday yourself. Hello, son.
Hello, Dad. Well, what'd they say?
Said times was bad.
We know that as well as they do. They lend us any more money.
Don't seem to be in a lending mood, son. Kept telling me that raising horses wasn't profitable anymore. Sort of surprised me, too. I thought those fellas at the bank were smart.
Well, that's the trouble, they are.
But I got a surprise for you, son. Found it on the way home. Found it filming through College of Bass. Take a look at this. What do you think of that? A wild colt.
Not bad. Must have stayed away from the herd.
Son, you know wild horses never stray from the herd. And a colt this age never leaves his mother unless something happens to her. I figure a mountain lion made this little fella an orphan.
Wow.
What are you gonna do with it, Dad?
Raise him, of course.
Raise a wild colt?
He won't be wild after he's hand fed and let run with our herd for a while. Notice those shoulders, Steve?
A colt. Maybe a horse. Oh shit.
Morgan and Morgan backflip ramp. Great rotation. Hits the throttle at the perfect time.
Monster Jam.
Take a look at the current freestyle leaderboard. After 10 competitors, Son of a Digger has the lead. Grave Digger second, Excalibur third, Jester fourth, and Sparkle Smash in fifth. Wildside and JCB Diggatron still to come at Raymond James Stadium. The event championship is on the line. When we come back, JCB Diggatron hits the track next on Monster Jam Prime Time.
What about this passion for speed? Mav TV Go is the ultimate streaming app for race fans. Enjoy exclusive racing, live events, groundbreaking originals, and a lot more. Anytime, free. Whether you're a diehard or just
Okay.
Mav TV Go has something for you. Mav TV Go, your global home of motorsports. Now on the go. Download the app now.
I don't know what it is.
Mav TV Go.
I'm a kid again when I get on my buzz bike.
Horsepower, baby. You know me, I like horsepower.
We no longer bring golf carts to the racetrack because we have buzz bikes. Precise designs, subtle curves, curated upgrades. Innovative design for thoughtful living. Puma.
What if I told you that the best thing you can do to improve the performance of your car can be done for under $20 in less than 30 minutes? It's your cloudy and weathered headlights with Cerakote's #1 best-selling ceramic headlight restoration kit in just 3 easy steps and without power tools. Just wipe, sand, and apply. It's that easy. Cerakote restores and protects, and for as long as you own your vehicle, it's guaranteed. You can trust Cerakote with over 60,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait until it's too late. Buy today for under $20.
Because of Sean, my credit score is up 100 points. I had to go to start building my credit, and I didn't want a credit card.
So you get really tired of just sitting still.
So I got a Sean credit builder card, and I use it for everything. There's no annual fees, no interest, and my score is up 100 points. My parlay is based on my own money, and there is no minimum deposit required. My credit score is in the 700s, and I just got approved for a mortgage. So that's why I Sean. Join the millions of Sean members like me in the credit every day. Sean.com.
You do anything to keep your family healthy. So, isn't it time that you started thinking about your water? With Aquasana, the contaminants you worry about most are removed. Get clean, healthy water in your home today.
Now up to 50% off at Aquasana.com.
We are back with the conclusion of freestyle here in Tampa Bay area, Raymond James Stadium. And we continue freestyle with Zach Garner and Wildside, the JCB Racing World Finals racing champion, still trying to find his way here in the freestyle competition. Did have multiple wins on the arena circuit last year, but with an update on Zach and Stadium freestyle here at Raymond James Stadium, we check back in with Leslie Mears.
So for Zach Garner, he's found lots of...
picture-perfect backflip from Zach Garner, landing on all 4 BKT tires. Great run from Wildside.
8.072. That brings us to our final competitor out of Paris, Texas, Tristan England. JCB Digatron, and he's to finish no worse than second here to win the event championship. Otherwise, it goes to Adam Anderson.
Wow, JCB monster truck.
Nice little slap wheelie to start out the run.
Tristan has won the last 2 overall event championships, and he leads this series with
It looks like a tractor.
9 range.
Damn. It looks like a backhoe.
That was a great view.
Damn.
Of that jump there. You can see the ruts forming. A little bit more 2-wheel skill. He's going to get that nose wheelie, walk it down the pond. Great job from Tristan England.
As I flip it up again, this is a great track to try to be technical on it because of the unpredictability of the dirt. So why not give him a stop and give him a moonwalk, give him something on the pod, give him something they haven't seen yet.
That thing looks like a backhoe.
He is the 12. That is never a spot where you have the opportunity really to show anybody something they haven't seen. But Tristan England certainly can make that happen if he can.
Yeah, he's definitely making that happen. But one of the big things that happens in freestyle that we really have to be careful of.
Monster Jam be like streaming on YouTube 24/7.
Right? You want to give the fans and the judge as much as you can 2-wheel skills, show them the technical side, but you also want to carry that momentum.
Look at that thing.
Got momentum right here. We're going to work a backflip for Tristan England, and JCB Digatron right into the moonwalk on the back end. 9.482 is the score to beat. He does not have to win freestyle to win the event championship.
Wow.
Son of a Digger currently with that freestyle.
Oh.
He's going to do it. And that may have shut the door on Tristan England's event championship hopes. Take a look at the original super glue.
That stadium is huge.
Here's the backflip. Great rotation, and then you're going to see him hit reverse, grab that combination move into the moonwalk. Great job from Tristan.
What the heck?
The 2-wheel skills, but right here, this
Oh,
to make that corner.
oh, that's why I want to get the Monster Jam video game.
9-8, not going to get it done tonight.
Get that on PS5, Xbox,
9.482% of
Series S, whatever.
Second, Excalibur third, JCB Digatron fourth, and Wildside in fifth. So Ryan Anderson finally gets those bucks figured out. Gets his first freestyle win of the season. Let's go down to the track to join Leslie Mears and our freestyle winner, son of a digger, Ryan Anderson.
This is the one that we've been waiting for.
Wow.
I know you've wanted it so long too. Where were you able to draw inspiration for tonight?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I've had a rough start to my freestyles, and that's what I'm here to do. That's what I was born to do. So man, I was digging for anything. I busted out a lucky shirt that got me my first championship ever and said, man, if anything's gonna have some good juju, I need it. And then not to mention, we're in Tampa, baby. If anywhere it's King of Monster Jam, it's Florida, it's Tampa, it's Orlando.
Oh, it's in
This is where Monster Jam was made. It's what made Gravedigger, it's what made me, it's what I needed tonight. Knock it out of the park. Win, lose, or draw, I don't care about any of that mess. That freestyle was what I live for.
Ryan gets 12 points with the win as we check out our final BKT overall points standings. Gravedigger gets the win with 33. JCB Digatron with 31. Son of a Digger 27. Wildside 24. And Excalibur with 23. So the Anderson dominance continues at Raymond James Stadium. Another first tonight, and Anderson wins the overall. Here is Adam's first of the season. Let's go back down to Leslie to hear from our champion, Adam Anderson.
So the Black Green back on top here with the overall. Your first of the season, it seems like tonight was the night that you were able to kind of put everything behind you and put it all together.
You know what? We've been trying to do that as a team all season. These guys have got my back 110%. The truck is honestly 110%. It's just all new to us as a team and myself behind the wheel. So it's really difficult to handle this thing. But at the same time, I'm getting a hold of it. I'm figuring it out. These guys are tuning in. They're asking all the right questions. I got to give them the right feedback. We're working our way back up. We can only hope to go back to the top.
Do you think it had anything to do with you being in Florida? I feel like it's a special Gravedigger energy that you can pull from these fans.
110%. We thrive to drive here in Tampa. This is where it's at. This is Gravedigger's house. Win or lose, we want everybody on their feet here.
Thank you, Leslie. Huge night for Team Gravedigger with Ryan getting a freestyle win, Adam getting the overall. We talked about that history here with the Andersons. It continues tonight, but Tristan England still with a strong night. So tough to get points away from him when he's so consistent. He still hangs on to the series points lead.
Yeah, definitely tough to get those points, but Adam Anderson got the momentum he needed. Big night for him. Ryan and Tristan performing well. This is definitely a series, one to watch.
You can watch with us by staying right here. We'll be back in Tampa for round 10. Be sure to join us. For Adam Entignap and Leslie Mears, I'm Scott Jordan. Thanks for watching. We'll see you right here next time on Monster Jam Primetime.
Hello and welcome to another thrilling episode of Motorsport Mundial. Coming up this week, snowcross from the slopes of Kayseri in Turkey.
Plus, stock car racing from the paperclip as the NASCAR Cup Series continues at Martinsville Speedway.
As well as special stage rallying with round 1 of the Northern Irish Rally Championship in Bishop's Court.
And world motocross from the sun-soaked island of Sardinia in the Mediterranean Sea.
Before all that though, Formula One from the land of the rising sun. In what can only be described as one of the drives of the decade, Max Verstappen in an underperforming car took pole position on Saturday and won Sunday's Japanese Grand Prix. In his one-off liveried white Bull, the Dutchman set a new lap record in qualifying and led the two McLarens from the front row in the race. The reigning champion was only challenged in the pit stop when he and Lando Norris, exiting the box, ran side by side onto the circuit. That though would be the sole time he was headed, and after 53 laps, he came through to collect his 4th consecutive win in Japan and in Red Bull Honda's last race on Honda's home circuit. In the updated standings, Norris is now only 1 point ahead of Verstappen, in an event that McLaren will surely look back on as a missed opportunity. Next on the calendar is the Bahrain Grand Prix in 1 week's time.
Riola Sardo on the Mediterranean shores of Sardinia is the location for round 4 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. This challenging sand track is regarded as one of the toughest on the calendar and often produces a surprise winner. In the MX2 class, the previous round in France was a defining one as Liam Everts took the championship lead, 3 points ahead of Simon Lagenfelder. Kay de Wolf third, a further 2 points behind. But race 1 would go to de Wolf, the Dutchman finishing ahead of McClellan and Lagenfelder.
MX2 Race 2, and as KTM teammates Sasha Kuhn and Simon Lagenfelder banged bars down the start straight, it was the other Red Bull KTM that got the foxhole shot, with Andrea Adamo leading Cas Valk and Quintin Marc Prunier through the first corner. De Wolf was right there in 4th place, but both he and his Husqvarna teammate Liam Everts both pushed the Frenchman down to 5th. And then, before the first lap was complete, De Wolf passed his countryman Cas Valk for 2nd. He didn't stop there, passing Adamo for the lead on lap 4. Camden McClellan made the slow start, but the South African was soon fighting with Lagenfelder, passing the German for 6th. He would eventually get up to 3rd. But then, on lap 10, De Wolf slipped out of the lead, the Dutchman remounting in 2nd place behind Adamo. Late on in the race, Koonen made his way by Everts for 4th. And then, recovering from his crash, De Wolf repassed Adamo for the lead. At the flag, it was De Wolf who took the winning race 2 ahead of Adamo, McClellan and Coonan.
With a Grand Prix win in Sardinia, De Wolf retakes the championship lead, 8 points ahead of Lagenfelder. Everts drops from lead to third.
To end off the weekend like this is amazing, and to do this from a 10 GP win is pretty special, especially here in the sand.
Pixels, pixels, pixels. I'm Pixelator. Pants were sagging. That was a good movie on TV. I had to record it. Wow. Vacuum up that plastic. Now I gotta sneeze. Ugh. I'm hot. Ugh. Man, I've had this hoodie since I was 21. 20. Or was it 19? I had 3 of them. The first one went to my girlfriend when I was 17. It was white. The second one was yellow, and it was... See, the first one was Billabong. It went to my girlfriend when I was 17. The second one... Or wait. The first one was yellow. Went to my girlfriend when I was 16. The second one was white. Went to my girlfriend when I was 17. The third one was blue. There was a blue one? No, that was just a t-shirt. Billabong t-shirt. Yeah, didn't I say 3? And that one's Hurley. And I forgot to give that one to my ex-wife. Thought I had a blue one for a second. No. Hot damn. Yeah, I used to love Billabong. I still do. Like, I wanted to order some stuff from him. I just haven't went to those places where they have Billabong. There used to be a store called PacSun, and it's not there anymore. It's Buckle. I think that's where I bought that one. I don't know. But it's just a name brand, you know, it's just a regular hoodie. Now folks be selling hoodies on social media, so like I could do some art, because I'm really good at art. I did a flower right there, I did a cat. Good stuff. Y'all probably can't see it, it's all pixelated, but there's a flower. Probably can't see it. I was just playing with playing around with dark red and orange, and the texture on it is beautiful. Yeah, but it's a real canvas. I didn't quite do the stem right. The stem's too bright. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna get up off here. Might browse a bit of YouTube. This song's called Creamy Pussy by MC Detailer. And I guess I'm gonna leave this here. So, yeah, peace and blessings, and be grateful.